With gas prices well over $3 a gallon, the question is for Pittsburgh drivers, how much is too much? Tonight we talk to some folks that are fed up and ready to go head to head with the oil companies. A great week of All-Star festivities has come to a close, but the game last night at PNC Park was not only a hit for fans, but a home run for downtown businesses. Hazy, hot, and humid. The three H's are in effect here in Pittsburgh. From the looks of it here at Frick Park, people are playing it safe. Today, a local 81-year-old woman has lost her wedding rings at this local White Oak Giant Eagle. And now she's asking for your help. Forced labor, forced marriage, things you thought were abolished. Today, Pennsylvania takes a closer look.
Human trafficking is a very unique crime.
Words from Speaker Grace Chung Becker of the United States Department of Justice. She told us about a victim's story.
The beatings was so bad that a woman had her eye gouged out by the jagged end of a PVC pipe.
Today, the VA hospital played host to the region's first ever human trafficking conference to help bring down the growing trend of the illegal $7 billion industry. Now, this criminal commercial trade is being described as a modern-day form of slavery. It involves processes of using deception, fraud, and oftentimes physical force. 40% of the victims in the United States are forced into the sex industry.
What we're trying to do today, it's an education process that's probably going to take a long time, and we're going to hold several of these in the Western District of Pennsylvania and try to get our message out.
Bringing state and local enforcement together in the same room as the FBI is also a goal to start an honest effort to create a federal task force to fight this rising problem. One of the government officials playing an active role is United States Attorney for the Western District of Pennsylvania, Mary Beth Buchanan.
Human trafficking is a problem everywhere in the world, and this conference was very important because we wanted to make sure that law enforcement was educated about the current trends in human trafficking so that we will be able to recognize trafficking if it is occurring here in Western Pennsylvania.
This is the first of many conferences to come on the subject of human trafficking to the Western Pennsylvania area. At the VA hospital, Todd D. Bailey, KDKA TV News. Former Republican State Representative Jeff Habay, convicted of illegally using his state office staff to do campaign work, went into court this morning, and he didn't get the outcome he was anticipating. Habay was handcuffed immediately and taken to a holding cell at the Allegheny County Courthouse to get ready for his trip to jail. Judge Jeffrey A. Manning denied Habay's bond and said to him, "It's time to pay the piper." Habay's excuse this morning to try to get out of jail was for him to go to his son's 4th birthday party on Friday and to spend some time with his father dying of bone cancer. Both requests were denied. Enough is enough when it comes to more delays. That was the tone of the state attorney general.
What's next? What's going to be the excuse the next week, the next month, the next year? The sentence was not extraordinarily long. It's time to serve it.
An issue in the case, according to Habay, is that he has no lawyer, primarily because he hasn't paid the attorney from his first trial that was supposed to represent him this second time. So far, he hasn't hired any additional legal company.
We have never been paid for the second trial, nor have we ever been paid for a transcript that he owes John and I about $2,000. That's basically it. So we have never been paid for the second trial before Judge Norris, and we're trying to get off that case.
In November, Habay is expected to come before a county judge for apparently sending himself fake anthrax and blaming it on a political enemy. At the Allegheny County Courthouse, Todd D. Bailey, KDKA TV News.
About 7 o'clock this morning, I sleep with a breathing machine for sleep apnea, and my machine shut off on me, so I naturally woke up when I didn't have any more air. And it's been off ever since.
Senior citizens here at the Presley Ridge High Rise on the north side woke up this morning with no air conditioning and no electricity to generate oxygen tanks.
Well, when the power went out, I just felt like I needed, I didn't realize my oxygen was off. But it runs by electricity.
An underground cable failure is to blame for this outage. Crews were on the scene working hard to restore power.
Anytime that we have a problem with heat coming up and people using air conditioners and there's a higher load, some of the older infrastructure does fail.
High-rise management at Presley on the north side did everything necessary, according to residents, at the time of high temperatures and discomfort. They even called the Salvation Army in to bring food and water that may have been lost in refrigeration. Duquesne Light provided a small generator to give a little relief to one resident inside. As the heat of the day went on, the location of many tenants went on to make a makeshift living room outside in the front corridor to escape the muggy conditions.
I was able to get, they came by and told me that the power was out and that the elevators were working, so I came on downstairs.
All in all, the power was successfully restored at 3 p.m. 8 hours later, enough time for many to get back to their daily afternoon routine. On the north side, Todd Bailey, KDKA TV News.